Okay, I figured out the whole can't keep water in it thing. As you can see, one side some brown gunky water, the other side some foamy gassy water. And here's how I did it. Both tubes are submerged under the water line. The tube going into the 1 gallon bubbler is not submerged, as you can see. I don't know if we can get a good view of the other two. Yeah, there they are. They're underwater. And this one that's not underwater comes down all the way up into the 1 gallon bubbler. And is working very well now. I just tested it with these tiny little plates. I am getting about 1/6 of a liter a minute. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but granted, it's a very, very tiny generator, and I'm not even sure how much juice I'm putting into it. This power supply, I don't think it's very reliable. I'm not getting a full 12 volts. I know that, and oh, I have no idea how many amps I'm putting into it. Not a clue. Can't find out. My multimeter won't do it. The power supply shuts off every time I hook it up. Actually, it does that with both my multimeters. I'm not a fan of this power supply at all. If you ever have like a really old HP and it has a Delta Electronics, I'm not going to tell you the model number, it's too long, but yeah, don't use it. It's junk, it's crap. Go ahead and spend the 20 bucks and get yourself a nice one. I've seen plenty of people order them offline for 20 bucks plus shipping. And hey, look at that, there's a piece of glass from the mason jar. Ah, how about that? Yeah, I'm still finding little bits of glass behind my tool bench and stuff like that. But anywho, yeah, that's it. In case you doubt whether it's hydrogen, oxygen gas, here's some bubbles, and here's a lighter. Let's get a better view of this. This one's gonna be a little louder. Oh, that wasn't very loud. I did a big batch earlier. It was really loud. So anywho, that's that. Also, I don't know if you can see the water bottle in there. We've been putting it on a stick. It's sticking out of that stump. You can't really see it. It's a bamboo skewer, and shooting them up in the air. They hit that tree though. I did one the other day, clear over there by that shed. I don't know if you can see this big tree out here. That tree, I had it sitting right there by the driveway, and it shot clear up over that tree. It was just a tiny little like 16 ounce 500 milliliter water bottle, and yeah, I mean, it took a little while to fill it up, but once it was full, man, poof. Oh, we did one just a little bit ago. This one was actually crumpled. Like the whole end of this was crumpled. It was like almost flat. And I filled it up and stuck it on there and lit it. And I don't know if you can see that, but it blew a hole in the end. It uncrumpled it and blew a hole in the end. So I'm definitely getting some good production. Also, something I wanted to show you is this thing is completely cool to the touch. I can stick my finger right on the plates. Doesn't hurt at all. And it's not warm. Well, it's a little warm, but it's not hot by any means. Not even close. Like the electrical connections are cold. That one's a little warm. I think it might be a little loose though. But yeah, I mean, for this tiny little setup, I think it's freaking awesome. I love this. I love this design. I would really like to find some carbon plates at a good price. If they're even close to over $1, that's not a good price for me. However, I've been yanking apart old batteries. I got a whole bunch of people giving me their old batteries now. So I've been yanking them apart and harvesting the carbon from them. I found that the carbon paste, if you try and burn off what's in it, it turns to rust color. So I'm thinking there's some iron in it. They may do that to keep it more conductive. I don't know. But also, I mixed it with some glue. And like this glue is normally pretty rubbery. You mix enough of it with the glue and it turns really hard. It'll still rub off on your fingers a little, as you can. Well, actually, let's see if it'll rub off on my hand. Yeah, a little bit. Not a lot, a little bit. My hands are pretty rough too. It's like sandpaper, so tiny bit, not a lot. But I haven't tested to see if it's conductive yet, but it should be. By all means, it should be. Same principle as the wire glue that they make that has silver in it, or nickel, or whatever they use. I've actually seen a couple of companies are starting to use carbon because it doesn't corrode. I haven't been able to find a way to make it corrode. Like this stuff, it took fire to do that. I held a blowtorch on it for this blowtorch specifically. I held that on it at full steam for probably a good 20 minutes to get it to do that. Now I know it takes extremely high temperatures to actually melt carbon, which I would love to do if I can figure out how. I'm gonna, and then I'll just make my own plates and whatnot with it, because it is way cheaper to get a hold of. In fact, I get it for free, and it basically has the same properties as platinum as far as it won't corrode and it holds up and it's conductive. It's not quite as conductive, but shoot, man, you can't complain about free, right? You know. So, anywho, there it is. You can see it bubbling. I'm getting one last shot of it bubbling. That's awesome. One last shot of this. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Daddy. It looks like it's like moving so much more over here than it is over there. That's because this is so foamy. There's a lot of electrolyte water stuck in there. So it makes it look like there's a whole lot more bubbles in there. This is what is really coming out, which is a decent amount. I can't complain. I'm really happy for the size of it. Total cost with a bunch of leftovers. I have a whole bunch of nuts left over, as well as that's the cutting board right there. Got plenty more cutting board to use. And I also have one more stainless steel washer and one more neoprene washer. And I was thinking about adding them in, but then I don't really have, like, I don't know, I'd have to have just one positive, one negative to make it even. Otherwise, one side would be a little lopsided. I'd have one more neutral plate than the other side. I want to find out what kind of gasket the one guy I see on YouTube uses. I believe it's JDC Products is his channel name. He uses some kind of gasket that apparently is squishy enough that you can just slide what looks like a paper clip, basically bent into a V, in and out. I would love to be able to do that. I don't know if he found some kind of squishier neoprene that'll work, or what? Oh, oh, oh. I'm allergic to bees, and I don't know. Oh, there it is. There's one there, which actually they haven't been back to yet this year. But these wasps, man, they love living right up in the siding there. And the wasps really don't bother me. It's these other bees that just won't leave me alone. Like, they'll fly right up in your face like, hey, how you doing? Can I sting you? Send you to the hospital? Maybe die? But no, I'm not that worried about it. But, you know, they're annoying. Plus we get the big drill bees. They like to put holes in the edge there and fight. And the wasps tend to kill them off about halfway through the year. And then we got stink bugs and beetles. It's too buggy out here in the woods. I love living in the woods, but I hate the bugs. Anywho, this video is running really long, so I'm gonna stop rambling now. I tend to do that. But yeah, gotta love this weather though. Oh man, I'm out here in a sleeveless shirt. I almost called it a wife beater. I might offend someone if I call it a wife beater, but I think I just did, so whatever. I'm wearing a wife beater. If you don't know what that is, that's a wife beater. So there it is. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna see what happens when I put the end of it up to my weed whacker in just a minute here, and if it does anything, I'll make a video of it. Maybe, probably. If it doesn't, I'm gonna build it bigger and then see if it does. So, peace out, YouTube.